Today I'm in Warsaw in Poland. I had planned to do a free tour. I got here about 1 o'clock and it's 2 o'clock now, and there's meant to be someone with a white umbrella standing underneath the column just behind me. No one there. It's about 2:05 now. No one else seems to be waiting for the tour, so I think I'll have to try tomorrow morning and try a different company to go on a walking tour. So I think for the rest of today I'm just going to walk around by myself in the cold, because it is maybe about 0 degrees at the moment, so my hands are a bit cold. I'm going to explore the old town, which is not really an old town because it was rebuilt after the Second World War, but I don't know enough about it yet, which is why I wanted to go on a walking tour, but I'll have to wait until tomorrow for that. And this is Warsaw Castle. So Warsaw Castle was rebuilt again after the Second World War, but there was no real need for it, but a lot of the people wanted it to be rebuilt, and it wasn't actually completed until about 1984. But if you go inside, a lot of the rooms do look like they're much older than 1984, and there was like a charity thing whereby there'd be like lots of little bins where people would put money into during the 1970s to raise funds to be able to build the castle. Next up is the wishing bell, which is just here. So I don't think it's so much that you make a wish. You're meant to hold them to the centre and walk around it 3 times for good luck. I mean, I can try to make a wish as well, who knows, but if I just walk around it 3 times, hopefully I'll have good luck. I think I've got quite good luck anyway, to be honest. You can always do with more good luck. It's really not the best day. It's cold, it's rainy, it's gloomy. I think coming here in the summertime, it'll be a completely different vibe, different experience. So I'm walking around the city walls, which were mostly rebuilt, but some of them did survive the attacks in World War II. And this is a monument of a child in military gear. And the whole point of this is that it's a monument to show there were many young children during World War II who fought for freedom and fought for their country. I'm entering the main square now, and as you can see, there has been snow recently, and although it's March, there are still Christmas decorations up, which I think they are slowly starting to remove now. What's a little bit annoying about this is that there's an ice rink right in the centre of the square, and one of the most important statues or monuments is this, and that's the Warsaw Mermaid. And the Warsaw Mermaid, there's a couple of different myths about her. I read one that there were 2 mermaid sisters, and one of them came this way into Warsaw, the other one went to Copenhagen, which is the Little Mermaid in Hans Christian Andersen's tale and the statue there. And this one was caught by fishermen. She was going to be sold, but then the local people rescued her, and in return she became a protector of the city, which is why she has a sword and a shield, and she now protects the city. And mermaids, or this specific mermaid, is very important because of that. But then my tour guide earlier told me that there was a fisherman that fell in love with a beautiful singing voice, turned out to be this mermaid. She became human, they got married, and then they had kids, and they kind of started off Warsaw. And the other interesting fact is, if you look to the left-hand side, that is how the Warsaw Mermaid originally looked. So over the years, you can see the evolution of the Warsaw Mermaid, the far right being how she's represented today, more of a traditional mermaid. But you go back to the left, and you see it's more like a bird to me, half bird, half woman, then like half octopus, half woman. So originally she wasn't such a beautiful creature. And my last stop for today, because it is cold, although the sun has come out a little bit, this is Sigismund's column. And this is a guy that made Warsaw the capital of Poland and took it away from Krakow. So a lot of people in Krakow don't like him, but a lot of people here in Warsaw do like him. But what's interesting is during the Second World War, most of Warsaw was destroyed, this column included. However, the statue still had the sword pointed in the air. And there was a myth that if his sword was still in the air and not touching the ground, then Warsaw is still here. So basically, instead of completely leaving Warsaw, because they were thinking about maybe just not rebuilding and leaving it as like a site to show what war can do. But because his sword pointed in the air, they thought that was a good sign and they decided to rebuild. And to be honest, in the short amount of time that they rebuilt most of this old town within a couple of years, and it was completely obliterated before that. So it's amazing what was accomplished here. Absolutely fascinating. But it isn't a real old town because of that. However, it's still quite pretty. I just wish I'd come here when it was a bit warmer. Another statue of the Warsaw Mermaid, which I can actually get close to this time. There's not an ice rink surrounding it. So the Warsaw Mermaid seems to be all over the city. So on lamp columns, on different restaurant signs, she seems to be everywhere. So she is a very important figure in Warsaw. So I went to a few bars last night on a pub crawl. So both nights here, I did the organised pub crawl. They can be good, but I think I should have done my own thing last night and explored some bars, because towards the end, I did go to my own bar and didn't follow the crowd. But it was a really, really cool bar. They had karaoke. It was so cool in there. But by the time I got there, it was too late and they were closing in like 30 minutes. So I didn't get a lot of time, didn't get to sing a song. But I met some cool locals in there. So I think I made the mistake of not doing my own thing last night, which I should have done. So my last stop for today was just to see the Palace of Culture, which is just over there. It's similar to the Seven Sisters that I found in Moscow. There's a lot of these in a lot of the ex-Soviet countries. You'll see this Soviet-style building. So I don't know if this was gifted to Poland by the Soviets. The snow's coming down quite heavily now, so I hope my flight will be okay later. I think I need to find somewhere a bit warmer, maybe get some lunch, and then get my taxi to the airport later this evening.